Okay, the sheet arrived earlier today. It's now mid-late afternoon, and I thought I'd take advantage of the ray of sunlight that shows up here in the afternoon. This is a west by northwest, I want to say, facing window. It gets quite bright in the summertime, but in the wintertime I just get some nice rays that cross across the wall for about a half hour from the corner and to the left of the Diefenbachia, which just got finished with its sun bath. And I wanted to show how the wall is coming along. The neon pothos, I took the top, I took the one that was in the main room, the main plant room, all the way on the right, next to the two baby philodendron gigas cuttings, between the philodendron gigas cuttings and the cellulum in that right corner. And I removed both pieces. I removed the bottom piece from the pot and the top piece from the pole, and I put them both in one pole, closer together, as you can see. There's the bottom of the pole, and you can see exactly, there's a little, right here is a little bit of an air gap, a little bit of a space, and then you can see the root mass I transferred with it and curled up inside the pole, and then I just poured media in from both a little bit from the front and then from the top, and shook it around to get it to settle around the roots, poked a little bit with my fingers, and voila. Now it looks like, more or less, almost indistinguishable from being one plant. And once it roots in, well, it was one plant. And then this bottom piece, that's where it got cut from. So their positions have just been reversed, basically. But I got the middle stem that was part of this top piece. It had all bare stem below it, thanks to the thrips and everything else. So now we're starting with a reboot of both of them on one pole and closer together, and they're now connected to the bottom pole piece. And I'm just waiting now for this bottom one to right there. That is that left leaf just finished uncurling today, and it's now officially the base of that leaf is now at the coupler. So it's got another 2 to 3 leaves to go before it clears the coupler, and then it'll start to find the first hole on the base of the pole where that pothos is coming out. And once it's in there and it's got roots and a few more leaves, and a few inches up, then it'll get cut. The two poles will be disconnected at the coupler, and this base is coming out of this room. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I've got more pothos than I know what to do with. I always do. I don't know why. It's hard for me to throw a plant out, but I'm learning. I'm also a compulsive propagator. Here is the silver sword, the large form silver sword. The secondary stem that was growing in front of the larger stem. It'll become clear when I do the next video of the main plant room. It'll look a little, the big silver sword will look a little bald in the front. And I cut it right at the soil line, so it does have some nice aerial roots, and they're all in there. So hopefully this will recover a bit more quickly than it has been, in that I put it in an oversized pot, which I shouldn't have done, and I think that's just adding to everything that went on with the last thrips hit. There is the Ring of Fire, looking like a bromeliad or an orchid or some other epiphyte growing out of a tree trunk. I was happy with the way it came out. I've got 3 more to do on a half tube, and I'll just pull away to give a general view of what the wall looks like, and that's going to be it for today, because I am really, my body is hurting, and I'm going to take a nice long hot shower and then take a nap and rest my weary bones. But That's slightly from an offset view. And this is what it looks like with the camera directly opposite the wall. And let's get Mr. Fern out of the way. But there you go. Slowly taking shape. And you can see what I meant about the colors popping on a plants popping on a dark background. When this is all done and cleaned up, and the plants are looking exactly the way they should and are happy, this wall I think is going to be pretty farkin' cool. And there is Mr. Siloam stuck on the floor for the time being. Diefenbachia now has its own corner, which is where I wanted it to go all along. When I first bought the original in 2016, there was a 120-gallon fish tank here, and the Diefenbachia was right there between that desk leg and that Siloam in front of the 120, which, you know, stuck out 2 feet from the wall. But that tank was empty for years, and a couple of months ago I finally got around to moving it, which was a nightmare in itself and destroyed my back for about 2 weeks. But here we go. It's now got its spot of glory, its own little corner where it gets a traversing ray of sunlight that it really enjoys. And now it's got good artificial lighting. It's one of the plants I found to always do well in artificial lighting. This Diefenbachia will grow well under regular output fluorescent tubes. You know, shop light fluorescence of old. There is the large form silver sword, and again the ring of fire, the Monstera Adansonii, which is going to hook up with that Monstera Adansonii, which I hung up on the wall temporarily. It's not going to stay on that side, but that's the Adansonii's new top. Similar idea, well, exact same idea as what's going on with this thing over here. Okay, that's it. I'll just move back again so you can see the wall, how it's coming along. And that'll do it for today. Time for a shower and a nap.